If you want to change the results you're getting in the outer world, you have to reprogram your system so it takes you to a different destination.
Experts in the science of success know that the brain is a goal-seeking organism. Whatever goal you assign to your subconscious mind, it will work night and day without end to achieve it. Setting goals is a conscious process, and realizing them is a different psychological process. The success of goal realization lies in the success of your communication with your non-conscious brain and how you program them. Neuropsychologists say what fires together, wires together. What this means is that when you make mental associations, you form literal physical paths in your nervous system that creates clusters of thought and psychological changes. The good news is that modern findings in neuropsychology and brain science teach us that everything that has been programmed in our brains can be reprogrammed. What is wired with neural fringes can be rewired. The methods that you're going to be introduced to are capable of impressing your goals deeply in your subconscious mind so that they are energized and take on a power of their own. You can program your subconscious mind with unshakable conviction for success, and it will help you achieve your goals faster. You can activate the power of your desire, increasing the structural tension in your brain. Your brain will close the gap between your current reality and the vision of your goal. Your goals become so much stronger than your current reality that the goals have no choice but to accept and overpower your current reality by changing it. There are simple mental programming techniques that are amazingly effective in preparing yourself and your mind for an upcoming event. Now, this will increase the level of motivation, stimulate your creativity, and heighten your awareness of resources that can help you achieve your personal goals. The first mental programming technique is Step 1. Write your goals every day. Writing your goals is not a one-day event. Each day, when you write down your goals, your clarity and the impact of your goals gets deeper within your mind.
Now, daily goal setting is quite simple. Get yourself a spiral notebook, like a school notebook, to write your goals in, and resolve to keep it nearby for the rest of your life. Each morning before you start out, open your spiral notebook and start a new page without referring to the old page. And always begin with the words, "My goals are the following, : You then write down your top 10 to 15 goals in the present tense, as though you have already achieved them. For example, you would not say, "I earn," or "I will earn this amount of money." You say, "I earn this amount of money by this date. I drive this car. I weigh this amount," and so on. Your subconscious mind is only activated by commands that are stated in the present, positive, personal tense. So again, instead of writing a goal such as, "I am going to lose weight in the months ahead," you would write, "I weigh X number of pounds by a certain date." Instead of saying, "I will earn more money over the next year," you would say, "I earn X number of dollars by such and such a date." Positive, personal, present tense goals written down repeatedly each day activate your subconscious and superconscious minds and step on the accelerator of your own potential. As a result, you start to move more rapidly toward the achievement of your goals, and they begin to move more rapidly toward you.
Along with this, you can also write your daily success journal. This will help you keep your eye on the prize.
Writing in a journal allows you to record your daily progress. There's a lot of scientific research on the small win theory. And what it says is this: if every single day you record small daily acts of progress, you actually dump dopamine, a neurotransmitter, into your brain. And that is a great source of motivation. You feel happy and you feel strong and you feel inspired. So every single morning in your holy hour from 5 to 6, take 20 minutes, record your wins of the previous day in your journal. It'll keep you motivated. It'll make you feel like you're making progress. It'll keep you inspired versus always feeling like you're never achieving them.
And as you keep writing and tracking your progress every day, you should move to your goals faster. Also, you become a man of action. Number 2, create a vision board. If you have trouble seeing your goals, use pictures and images or symbols to focus on your goals.
It's very important to illustrate your dreams and your goals visually. Now, to begin creating a vision board, start by finding pictures that represent or symbolize the experiences, the feelings, and the possessions that you want to attract into your life, and place them on your board. Now, have fun with this process. You can use photographs, cutouts from magazines, pictures from the internet. You might get on places like Google Images or Pinterest, whatever inspires you. And be creative. Include not only pictures, but anything that speaks to you, such as meaningful symbols. And consider including a picture of yourself on your board. And if you do, choose one that was taken in a happy moment. Now, you'll also want to post your affirmations, inspirational word quotations, and any thoughts that inspire you on that board. So choose words and images that uplift you and make you feel good. Words like love, joy, courage, and perseverance. Now, you can use your vision board to depict goals and dreams in all areas of your life, or in just one specific area that you're most wanting to focus on. Now, if you're working on visualizing and creating changes in many areas of your life, you might want to use more than one vision board. You might use one for your personal goals and another for your career and your financial goals. You might even want to keep your career vision board at the office or on your desk as a means of inspiration and affirmation, and try keeping your other vision board on the nightstand next to your bed.
Make your vision board emotionally rich and clear. Pay attention to it as much as you can. It must trigger positive emotions in you whenever you take notice of it. The third technique is affirmation. An affirmation is a statement that describes a goal in its already completed state. Affirmation must be bold and brief and specific. It must be positive and must start with I am. Create a powerful declaration that supports your goal through an affirmation. An affirmation is not just repeating words like a mantra. You need to believe in them while chanting them. You are declaring your wants to yourself.
What makes your affirmations really strong is that you say them while you are in a meditation at your alpha frequencies. And the other thing that's going to make it really strong is that you experience your meditations. Don't just repeat them like a robot every day and every way I'm getting better, better, and better. That's not good enough. You want to be able to say the affirmation and live it. If I'm going to say every day and every way I'm getting better, better, and better, I'm going to imagine being a person who has already achieved greatness and is continuing to cultivate that greatness where every day I do get better. If I'm going to say an affirmation like, I am the fortunate child of a generous and loving universe, I dare to prosper. If I keep saying that affirmation because I want to attract more prosperity into my life, then I'm going to imagine that I'm already living with prosperity. How would I be thinking, believing, and behaving if I was prosperous? Or now that in my imagination, I am prosperous. So just to repeat it is not good enough. It helps. It helps a lot. And you need to have a lot of repetition because you come to own what you repeat over and over and over again, because the more you repeat it, the more you strengthen that program in, if you will, your biological computer that keeps hearing it, or whatever it is, and it gets reinforced. But that can take a lot of repetition. But repetition is good. The other thing, like I said, is to imagine being in the experience and already be that person who has achieved that outcome. And the third thing that I want you to really think about is that when you are in the experience of having already achieved that outcome that you are repeating over and over in your affirmation, then you're going to feel grateful that you have already arrived. So to make any affirmation really strong and make them work, not only are you going to repeat them, you're going to be in the experience of outcome, of what the affirmation is all about, and you're going to be grateful that you have already achieved it.
The fourth mental programming technique is visualization. Visualization is creating a compelling, vivid image in your mind. It's a process to make your goals as a habit of thoughts and images. Visualization is simple. Everyone visualizes. The difference is this: successful people visualize what they want, and the unsuccessful visualize what they don't want. According to Brian Tracy, there are 4 parts in visualization.
Now, the first aspect of visualization is called frequency. This refers to the number of times that you visualize a particular goal as achieved of yourself performing in an excellent way in a particular event or circumstance. Repeat a clear mental picture of your very best performance or result, the more rapidly it will appear as part of your reality. The second element of visualization is the duration of the mental image, the length of time that you can hold the picture in your mind each time you replay it. When you deeply relax, you can often hold a mental picture of yourself performing at your best for several seconds and then longer for several minutes. The longer you can hold your mental picture, the more deeply it will be impressed into your subconscious mind, and the more rapidly it will express itself in your subsequent performance. The third element of visualization is vividness. There seems to be a direct relationship between how clearly you can see your desired goal or result in your mind and how quickly it comes into your reality. Now, here's an interesting point. When you set a new goal for yourself, your image or picture of this goal will usually be vague and fuzzy. But the more often you write it and review it and repeat it mentally, the clearer it becomes for you. Eventually, it becomes crystal clear. At that point, the goal will suddenly appear in your world exactly as you imagined it. Now, the fourth element of visualization is intensity, the amount of emotion that you attach to your visual image. In reality, this is the most important and powerful part of the visualization process. Sometimes, if your emotion is intense enough and your visual image is clear enough, your goal will immediately come true.
Visualization can be like a mental movie. If you're imaginative, you can do your biography trailer with your voiceover. The movie title would be The Incredible Success of, and of course your name goes there. You can experience this great art of dreaming in the alpha state or while taking a cat nap. The important factor in visualization is to create positive feelings. It's a visual motor rehearsal. Some psychologists have suggested that 1 hour of visualization is equal to 6 hours of the actual experience. With visualization, you can make your current dreams into future realities. Therefore, visualize your goals every day. This is a powerful mental programming technique used by champions and peak performers. Technique number 5, become your ideal self. Goethe, a great German philosopher, once said, "Treat people as they are, and they remain that way. Treat them as though they were what they are capable of becoming, and you will help them move toward and become like that which they are capable of becoming." It's truly a great principle to live by. If you see yourself as who you are, you'll continue to be the same person. If you see yourself as who you want to be, you will become that person. There are 2 people in everyone. One is who you are right now, and the other is who wants to be, your ambitious or ideal self. According to the law of correspondence, you act both on positive and negative ways to act and be like you. But if you can see yourself as that ideal person that you want to be through setting goals and realizing it, you will become that person that you're dreaming of becoming. Without an image, it's almost impossible to create anything, and that includes life as well. If you believe the real you is a smart and successful business person destined to achieve great things in life, you will, in all likelihood, fulfill that prophecy.
Now, another thing that you can do is act as if you already had the goal that you desire. So let us say, for example, you want to be financially independent. You want to be financially successful. How would you behave if you were financially successful? How would you dress? How would you organize your life? How would you treat other people? Sometimes I say, imagine that you are financially independent. You're independently wealthy, and you're only doing your current job as a courtesy to your boss and to keep yourself busy during the day. But basically, you're an extremely wealthy person. You've inherited an enormous amount of money from some source. How would you behave if you were already the wealthy person that you desire to be? Many people don't realize that if you behave like a poor person, There's an old saying that poor folks have poor ways. If you behave like a poor person, you'll always be poor. If you dress like a bum, if you have a messy home or apartment, if your car is dirty with junk in the back seat, that's how poor people live. And what happens is you're surrounding yourself with the image of being poor. And you cannot change your outer world until you change your inner world.
If you act as though you already are the person you desire to be, with the qualities and talents that you desire to have, well, your actions will generate the feelings that go with them. For example, when you walk and talk, desire, clothe, and behave like top people in your industry, you'll find that soon you'll feel like a top person, and then you will become that person. The great actor Cary Grant once said that he acted like Cary Grant all through his life, and then he became him. Technique number 6, master the art of internal communication, or self-talk. The only person who is in constant conversation with you is you. Every time you talk to yourself, the content of the conversation is mostly about you. And what you say in self-talk actually strengthens your beliefs. 95% of your emotions, by the way, are determined by the way you talk to yourself.
Now, studies show that your thoughts also have a physical impact on your body. Take polygraph tests, commonly referred to as lie detector tests, for example. They demonstrate how your thoughts directly influence your blood pressure, your muscle tension, your temperature, your breathing rate, your heart rate, even how much your hands sweat. Now, those are some pretty significant physical reactions to your thoughts. And when you experience the effects of negative thoughts, such as thoughts that create the emotional states of fear, anger, anxiety, guilt, shame, or regret, the muscles in your body actually become weaker. Your stress levels go up. You experience changes in your biochemistry and hormone levels, and you may even suffer from gastrointestinal or digestive problems, among other physical symptoms. Now, studies also show that negative people tend to be more depressed and are generally less satisfied with life. In contrast, when you experience positive thoughts, you flood your brain with endorphins, which helps you relax so you're more alert and centered. Not only that, positive thinking increases your experience of pleasure while reducing physical pain. And as a result, you're far more likely to be confident, optimistic, and motivated to do whatever it takes to achieve your goals.
One of the most commonly used phrases in internal communication is the word, "I can't." That's bad news, friends. On the other hand, positive self-talk can significantly contribute to your achievements.
From the moment you were born, every single message you got, everything that was said to you, everything you heard, everything you saw, everything you did, everything you thought about, every message you got was typed into your personal computer keyboard. That would be our 5 senses. And then those messages typed into your computer keyboard were recorded on your CD-ROM in your brain. So very much like a computer, every message that you got while you were growing up gets recorded and stored permanently in the brain. The reason that's important to know is that part of the brain that recorded all of those messages you got, that part of the brain didn't know the difference between, and doesn't know the difference between something that is true or false or right or wrong or positive or negative. Its job is simply to record all of those messages that we got from other people, and then we began to repeat those exact same kinds of messages to ourselves, and that's called self-talk. So whatever programs you have right now, that's who you are. That's who you've become. It's not that you were born that way. You were born with unlimited potential, but we become the programs that we get most. We all got programmed. I got programs. I remember one that I'll never forget that affected my entire life. It was my programs about weight. I used to weigh a great deal. And I tried every possible diet, and I said all of the wrong things to myself, and I thought this weight problem would never go away. I would try another diet. I actually got really good at dieting, but then the weight would always come back, and of course it would always bring its friends, and so I would fail at another diet. Well, at that time I was studying this thing called self-talk and how Eastern European athletes who were competing in the Olympics had full-time self-talk trainers who were literally giving them new messages about themselves and how they can win and what a winning, capable person they were. And I thought, if Olympic athletes can have full-time self-talk trainers to literally help them win gold medals, then what about the Olympics of weight loss, which was my problem? So I spent months writing brand new self-talk and then had it recorded professionally in a recording studio. And the first day I listened to them, I decided to listen, play self-talk in the background. The sessions are only about 10 to 12 minutes in length. But I decided to play them while I was shaving each morning, and so that's what I did. Every morning I would shave and play the self-talk. Shave, play the self-talk. The next morning, shave and play the self-talk. And what happened was, during the next 10 and a half weeks, I lost 38 pounds shaving and playing self-talk in the background. And this time, I wasn't on a diet. What was especially interesting to me was that during the same 10 and a half weeks that I had been shaving every morning and losing the 38 pounds, during the same 10 and a half weeks, my wife, who was putting on her makeup at the other end of the same mirror each morning, lost 25 pounds eavesdropping on my self-talk. That was a number of years ago. As a matter of fact, that was over 20 years ago. I've never been on a diet since. I never will be. And it was self-talk. I changed the problem. I changed the programs that had caused the problem in the first place. And since that time, because of that, I have written literally hundreds of self-talk programs on every possible subject, and that's why, as I've said, there are thousands of people listening to self-talk all over the world every day.
Positive, encouraging self-talk can help you rise above life's challenges with an I can attitude.
And one final thing that you can use to reprogram your mind is to talk to yourself positively about the person that you want to be and the things that you want to have. When you see a beautiful car, you say, I drive a car like that pretty soon. When you see beautiful clothes, you say, oh, those are the kind of clothes I wear. When you see beautiful homes, you say, I'm going to live in a house like that. Just keep talking to yourself about the things that you want to have and the person that you want to be. And each time you do, you're reprogramming. And your subconscious mind is accepting your new commands and is working 24 hours a day to bring them into your life.
Always talk to yourself like a coach, not like a critic, and become your own cheerleader.
Now, the good news is you are ultimately in control of your thoughts because you are the source of them. That means you can learn to consciously choose to replace your negative thoughts with positive ones that will make your life better.
Another way of self-talk is the mirror talk. Just as you acknowledge your big successes, you need to acknowledge your small successes too. The mirror exercise is based on self-approval, which is the most important approval that you need. Positive self-talk and self-appreciation removes negative thinking. Just before going to bed, stand in front of the mirror for a moment and appreciate yourself for all that you've accomplished during that particular day. Do this in absolute privacy, of course. Start looking directly into your own eyes in the mirror, and for a few seconds, as your mirror image is looking back at you, address that person with love and respect and congratulate him or her for all the accomplishments that day. Do this every day as a habit, and your internal negative self-talk will disappear completely. It's a proven fact. Mental programming technique number 7 is meditation. Go to a quiet place and meditate for at least 15 minutes and tap into the infinite energy every day. When you meditate, you're quitting your noisy mind and you're listening to your infinite intelligence. A simple technique is to concentrate on your breathing. Observe the breathing in and out. When you silence yourself, the ego disappears and you detach from the results and outcomes, and you let the infinite intelligence and the ever-present organizing power to orchestrate and fulfill your goals. The regular practice of meditation will also help you clear distractions and teach you to recognize subtle impulses from within. Meditation can build your mental muscles to focus more and relax more, concentrate more, and it activates your brain waves and increases your overall energy levels. Program number 8, create feelers or emotionalize your goals. Developing a sense of ownership is a prior exercise we all do before buying almost anything.
Remember, all changes in your life begin with a change in your mental pictures. For example, let us say that you want to have a beautiful house or a beautiful car. And I've given this advice to thousands of people, is start to go out to open houses on the weekends in neighborhoods where you would like to live. My wife and I did this at the very beginning when we were married and living in an unpaid-for condominium. Within a year, we were in a house in that neighborhood. And later, we got into a house in a bigger and better neighborhood, and later, an even bigger and better house in a nicer neighborhood. Because what we did is we would go through houses and we would visualize and feed our minds visually of all the rooms and pictures and layouts, and soon we began to gather a picture of what our perfect house would look like.
Therefore, we create feelers, which means if you want to buy that dream car, go test that car. If it is luxury you want, go on and get exposed to that part of luxury. Go window shopping, try that outfit, and affirm that you can afford it. Emotionalize your goals. Feel the feeling you get from fulfilling your goals. Once your mind feels it, seeks all ways to achieve that feeling. If you want to be a movie star, create your own movie poster. Get a feeling of it. Create feelers. Creating feelers makes your mind believe in a goal. When you apply these techniques on a consistent basis, you'll see a miraculous force of infinite intelligence working with you hand in hand to materialize your goals. Goals are merely a list of good wishes and intentions until you take them forward into action. You can have the plan ready, and none of the secrets to success will work unless you execute your plans. There's a huge difference between what you can do and what you do. What you can or what you are is your personality, and what you do is your behavior. You can't confuse personality with behavior, no matter what your personality is. The results and the outcome come from your behavior. Your performance is an outcome of your behavior, and your behavior is the vehicle of your action. You are made of action. The world does not pay you for what you know. It pays you for what you do, and pays you more for what you're really good at. Success simply takes good ideas and puts them to work. According to David Bly, striving for success without hard work is like trying to harvest where you haven't planted. You can't just dream yourself into what you could be without taking action. There's a famous old saying, laziness travels so slowly, poverty soon overtakes it. Don't be that person who says nothing is impossible and then do nothing in life. What is the point? The world is divided into people who do things and people who talk about doing things. As Molière puts it, all men are alike in their promises. It's only in their deeds that they differ. Remember this, wishing alone never made a poor man wealthy, or fat people lose weight, or unemployed people get a job. Remember, results are the outcome of action. Always take action. Actions don't speak, they actually roar. Roar! As an important principle to goal realization, must always remember this. Never leave the sight of a goal without taking action. Take action. Maybe one step at a time, maybe a baby step. If you want to eat an elephant or a blue whale, you need to start with one bite at a time. When you take action, you trigger all kinds of things that will inevitably carry you to success. You let those around you know that you are serious in your intention. People wake up and start paying attention to you. People with similar goals get aligned to you. You learn by doing it. You get feedbacks and you start doing it better. Things that you thought were difficult start becoming easier and easier. You start seeing results. And satisfaction, my friend, comes from enough action. In Latin, satis means enough. Success comes to the man who does today what others were thinking of doing tomorrow. Today is the best day of the week. Someday never comes. It's only found in the calendar of a lazy person. Remember that. It's definitely not worth the waiting. In simple terms, most of the people who sit around waiting for the ship to come in find that their life is in hardship. Hard work is usually an accumulation of easy things that should have been done in the past. There will be times in life you feel stuck or have hit a plateau. Don't ever give up. Be patient and just hang in there. You'll have a breakthrough. Be open to change the direction you're heading. Be flexible. You must be prepared to change the course of action towards achieving your goals. Check your deadlines. Be a keen observer to every action you take. Make sure you're on the right course. Make sure that your actions and habits and thoughts are well synchronized to get what you want. Check your goals. Success is a process. The best results are always achieved when you focus on the process of achieving the outcome rather than the outcome itself. The thrill should be more in enjoying the ride rather than getting to the destination. As Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi puts it in his bestseller, Flow, the best moments usually occur when a person's body or mind stretches to its limit in a voluntary effort to accomplish something worthwhile. Goals work on your personal development by stretching you to the impossible. Start with what you have, not with what you don't have. Opportunity is always where you are, never where you were. To get anywhere, you must launch out of somewhere, or you'll get nowhere. You'll never know what you can do until you begin. Hamilton maybe once said, "The question for each man to settle is not what he would do if he had the means, time, influence, and educational advantage, but what he will do with the things that he has." Each one of us has the ability to begin and to create what we need from something that is already here. The raw materials are available everywhere. You must identify them, believe in them, and of course, use them. William Ward has this recipe for success. Study while others are sleeping. Work while others are loafing. Prepare while others are playing. And dream while others are just wishing. Do something worthwhile as an advancement to fulfill your destiny.